4 months and 50 pounds down.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so...
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my week 16 update. So 4 months and 50 pounds down. Yep. I am so jazzed that I hit one of my long-term weight loss goals. My short-term goals are usually in 10s. Those are my short-term goals. And then 50 pounds is a long-term. I also have another long-term goal set at 75 pounds. So, you know, you guys know me. I am a huge spreadsheet nerd. I can't do anything without a spreadsheet of some kind or some kind of list or something. I don't know, you know, it's one of my quirks, I guess. But I made this spreadsheet and it's like a big poster and it has my short-term and long-term goals on it, and I keep it behind my door in my room. So it's kind of always in the forefront, always in front of me, so I just kind of remember all the time what my goal is. So, you know, there's check marks by each short-term goal, and then there's like a star by a long-term goal. So, I was so happy about being able to fill in that long-term goal checkbox. And you know, it kind of works. It kind of gives the impression of a vision board in a way, and it always keeps things in the forefront. What do I need to do today? You know, that steak on TV really looks good, but I look at that chart and I know you have better things that you're trying to do, more important things that you're trying to do. So it really works for me. I wasn't sure at first if I would get there, but you know, I'm not going to say that. I knew eventually that I would get there. I just didn't realize that it would be so fast. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shanda. I started my weight loss journey on February 24th of this year. My starting weight was 270.2 pounds, and as of today, I weighed in at 220 pounds even. So that is a 50.2 weight loss so far. Last week, I weighed in at 223.6 pounds. So that would bring me to a weight loss of 3.6 pounds this week. Is that right? Yeah, 3.6 pounds this week. You know, the other day, I was just sitting and reflecting on my weight loss so far and realizing that I had really gotten into a vicious cycle of unhealthy habits. Always reaching for junk food or sugary snacks or eating a pint of ice cream 2 or 3 times a week. Margaritas, martinis, I mean, you name it. Most of the stuff that I was ingesting was really bad for me. I was doing far too much, far too often. I am so glad that I saw myself on that Ring camera that day. It really helped me to see what other people were seeing. And you know, for me, my body, you guys, my body, for my height, I am 5'5". My height, for the amount of weight that I had on my body, the way that my body distributes weight, I look great from the front. Most of the time, I look decent. I'm not going to say great. I look decent from the front. My weight accumulates in the back. It's like, you know, the whole wide back and wide ass. That's how my weight shows up on my body. So when I saw myself in that Ring camera that day, I was horrified. It was like beep, beep, beep. It was like that. That's how I felt, like wide load, wide load. I was shocked. Did I know that I've been overeating? Of course I did. But because when you look in the mirror, you know, everything looks pretty good. But of course, your clothes and all that stuff are tight. But around the house, you're putting on comfortable stuff anyway. You're not putting on jeans or anything like that. You know, they might be a little snug at the waist, but you think, oh, you know, I'm just bloated today. But I guess it's just you're just, you know, delusional. I think it is probably. But I'm so glad that I saw myself in that camera that day. That's what brought me to this journey. And I'm so glad that I made this decision. It's like sometimes sitting thinking about it, I get emotional because I was in bad shape. And I think I've told you guys, I'm 54. I will be 55 this year. And, you know, when you sit down and start going over your life and how much time you could potentially have left, you know, it's kind of scary. So you hope that you're going to be stumbling around for as long as possible, but you're definitely not going to live as long as you can if you're not treating your body well. So this whole journey has been amazing for me. And you know, also in those thoughts that I had the other day, I was just thinking about the other day I got out of the shower, and where you step into my shower, there is an air vent, kind of like right in front of the door. So as I was getting out of the shower, the air conditioning was just coming on. And I got the towel and I wrapped the towel around me. And I realized I can actually wrap the towel around my body now. You know, before it was like the upside down V, like it's like this and it's open. it's tied right here and then open the rest of the way. I was like, you know, thank God for the small things. And, you know, I started thinking about, gosh, what else is there that, you know, that I can now do or not have so much difficulty in doing when I was bigger. And I realized I don't have to be a contortionist when it comes to wiping, you know, like I don't have to stop and catch my breath when I get to the top of the stairway. I went on a flight to Chicago last week for a family issue, and I could actually be comfortable in the seat. I wasn't like this, you know, feeling like I had to be like this to, you know, make sure my neighbor was comfortable. All of these things you don't even realize they're just, you know, perks to the overall health part of it. And you know, being so overweight for the last couple of years is just, I'm not sure why I decided to do that to myself. You know, you watch My 600-Pound Life, and almost every episode in the beginning, they're talking about how they feel like they're trapped in their own body and they're in a prison of their own making. And, you know, as an individual, you sit there and you think, oh my God, how can someone allow themselves to get in that condition? And you know what? I now know that before you know it, you're in a terrible situation. People shouldn't be so, you know, judgmental. I know I used to be judgmental. But now I just, realize that if your health and well-being is not at the top of the list every single day, you can easily fall down that hole. And sometimes you're so far in the hole that you don't see a way out. I'm glad, Zepbound is my rope. It's the rope in the hole. It's the lifeline. And in watching TikTok, I've seen so many people that are in really bad shape trying GLP-1s. This one lady said how she's like in bed for 2 days. She's getting up, constantly vomiting. She's exhausted. And it's just so, and then all the comments are like, me too. It didn't work for me. I can't do it. My friend said the same thing. She just got off. I mean, comment after comment after comment with agreeing with her. And I haven't had any notable symptoms. And like I've told you guys before, there's been little stuff here and there, but nothing of significance. So I am so grateful. I am so grateful that I was afforded this opportunity. I'm so grateful. But anyway, you guys, so that is my update for the week. And I'll call you guys next week. Bye.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.